Hey, how you doing? Bob Mack here from the Mack Garage. Uh, Deep in the woods of New England here. I like to fix things. I have that curse. I've always had that curse in my life where I really like to fix things. And you know, what I don't like doing is taking gambles, but I took a really big gamble on this one. Yeah, so I took a gamble. I like to fix things. Got my Corvette. I got running pretty good. Nice car. Bought it cheap, fixed it, ran good. Been not an official Harley mechanic, but I've worked on Harleys my whole life. I've built a few of them, like this Panhead here, for instance. I got my Street Glide up there, but got a little Sportster stuffed away over there. But what I really, really, really took a gamble on is this thing right here. I don't know why, but I had to have a Bobcat. Got a piece of property here. I'm getting a little older. Could use some hydraulic help around the yard here. Got a few projects for it. So, me being a cheap guy that I am, think I'd go out and buy a new one, put the key in it, turn it. No, I had to find one on Marketplace. And I found this one. It's a 753. I bought it cheap, not running condition. Nobody seemed to know why it didn't run, but it didn't run. As you can tell, she sat a little while. She's got a lot of work. Needs a new blade on the bucket. But you know what? It's exactly what I was looking for. And I found it. And it was cheap, so here it is. In the garage at the Mack Ranch. Well, I got this thing in the garage today and kind of dug into it a little bit here. And yeah, she came with no injector lines, which tells me right away, obviously somebody's been messing around with it. But anyway, I hooked a battery up to the starter to see if it would turn over. Turned just a little bit and stopped. So I didn't know if the starter was no good or what. So next thing I did was, I got the old pipe wrench on the front pulley here and started it cranking. And she cranked for exactly a half of a turn. You can see here I marked the flywheel. And I cranked it over, and she stops just about exactly the other side of where she is right now. And when I tell you she stops, and she stops hard. She don't move. You can crank it around back the other way, but that's where she stops. So, I don't know. She's got the old Kubota diesel in her, V223 diesel. And she's locked up. Something happened to her, and we're going to find out why. So I figured I'd start out by pulling the head off. I'm going to pull the head block off first. And just see as I go along here if I can get a fix on any ideas what's going on with this thing. So first, I took the intake manifold, took all the bolts out of there. But I have a question. These are 12mm bolts. However, every socket set I have goes from 11 to 13. And I also noticed all the wrenches I had go from 11 to 13. Why is that? I'm baffled. I can't understand it. However, I did do the old switcheroo and found out that a 1/2-inch 6-point socket will do the trick just fine. So I took these bolts off, and I can tell they've never been off because they were all torqued exactly the same. And they weren't over tightened. So, pull them off, pull this off. Oh my goodness, what do we have here? Oh boy, that doesn't look too good now, does it? A little something going on in that intake port in that head right there. Something definitely not right. So we'll continue. All right, so I've pulled the valve cover off here, and other than the gold rush in that intake port, I don't really see anything here that's out of the ordinary. I do have two valves here that are compressed. Looks like the exhaust valve on one and the intake on two, which are open, but that's probably just a sequence of it. I don't see this. I notice this one here has a way more than it's supposed to have in clearance. There's no doubt about that, but that's not our problem. That would not be the cause of the gold rush here. So let's take the rack off, and we'll get this head off. And well, there it is. Pull the head off, and the number 3 cylinder. It's all rusted up, and you know, the head gasket seemed like it was sealed really good. I can't see how the cylinder ended up with antifreeze. A couple inches of antifreeze in that cylinder. So I figured out why you can't turn it over, and the reason you can't turn it over is because the laws of physics, you cannot compress fluid. Fluid won't compress no matter how hard you try. So that's why she wouldn't turn. So how did the water get in there? I'm not sure. It doesn't look like a blown head gasket, but I don't know, I'm not sure. If anybody's got any ideas, you can hit me up in the comments. Of course, I guess now I could probably turn it over. Maybe the sleeves cracked and water came through the cooling jacket inside. Maybe, I don't know. But it's all rusted on the top of the cylinder. I mean, you could never run this. Never. You'd have to either rebuild it, or should I rebuild it? I know you can get the rebuild kits for about $500 or so. I'm not really that good at rebuilding these things. This is the first time I've ever had my hands in them. I don't know, should I go through all that and not do something right and screw it up? I don't know. Or should I just spend the money and get another engine? I think plan B is probably more like it. So yeah, I don't know how that antifreeze got in there, but filled that cylinder right up with antifreeze. That was the issue. That's why the push rod broke. You cannot compress fluid. So if anybody's got any ideas what might have happened, somebody with a lot more experience, a lot smarter than I am with this stuff, let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. Keep you posted. All right, here we go. Here it is. The new motor for the Bobcat. V2203. Rebuilt. Just picked it up. Drove to Connecticut. Picked it up. It's in the back of the truck. Here it is. Looks pretty, all painted. New piston rings, crank bearings, valve's been lapped, all that stuff. So, new for the Bobcat. You know, I gotta say that took a lot of hard physical work. I spent way more money than I thought I was gonna spend. Quite honestly, I spent $3 on a machine that didn't run. I know I was taking a huge gamble because I mean, you know, you got hydraulics involved, electrics involved, and everything. I didn't know if any of that stuff worked. But I wanted it bad enough. I had it in here, I wanted it. It was the older style, didn't have the BIC system, the computerized system, which if it did, I probably wouldn't have even gotten involved with it. So it doesn't have all that. It's old school, everything's direct. And yeah, it took a lot of work and a lot of money. Like I said, I paid $3,000 for the machine, sitting there, not even running. Against my better judgment, I usually never buy anything that I don't know anything about, but I wanted it bad, I took a gamble. The gamble paid off. You know, I put a new motor in it, I rebuilt the drive motors, put new seals in the drive motors, I welded a bar on the front bucket, and hoses, I replaced hydraulic hoses, almost all of them. They were all dry rotted, they leaked. I'd run it a little bit again, I'd spring another leak. I took the hoses down to a local shop, they made them up for me. So quite honestly, just for your information, I don't mind sharing with you. Total, I got a running Bobcat, runs really good. Very operational. I mean, I wouldn't load trucks with it all day. I wouldn't take it on a golf course and try to grade a golf course with it. But using it around here at the ranch, you know, lifting things that I can't lift anymore. You know, I'm gonna dig up my whole driveway, do my driveway with it. You know, I get a lot of work for it. Firewood, I can haul firewood back and forth to the house with it. There's just a million things I can use it for. Not to mention snow removal. I mean, we've had a bad winter this year. We had one storm, we had over 3 feet of snow. I do have a snow plow on my truck, but I think this would be a lot better. And also for a backup. So all in all, I've got just under $8,000 into this machine. Now, could I have bought one on Marketplace for $8,000? One that runs, I could have gone, listened to it run, drove it around a little bit. Yeah, I probably could have, maybe. I've seen them on there for around $8,000-$10,000. But here's the thing that you can't pay money for. Yeah, the machine cost me around $8,000, but I have fixed almost everything on this damn machine. And the good thing about it is the experience that I've had. The labor, you could never pay anybody for the labor for this machine. It wouldn't be worth it. It'd probably be way up around $25,000 or something by the time you're done. The machine's not worth it. It's a 1993. But here's the thing. It's my machine. If anything happens to it, mechanically or anything, the education I got on this machine, chances are 8 or 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna know what's wrong with it, and I'm gonna know how to fix it, because I've had my damn fingers in every nook and cranny in this thing. So, you know, if you want to buy one of these and you don't mind putting some money in it, plan on putting a lot of labor in it. I'll tell you right now, they're a bitch to work on. Everything's compact, everything's in tight places. I've took wrenches I've had for years, I've cut them with a torch, welded them to get into different places. I've made special tools of my own to get in all different sorts of crazy places. I mean, anybody that works on these, you know, they're no fun to work on. So that's it. There she stands. And the one more thing I want to mention, I couldn't have done this without is YouTube or the internet. There's so much free information on these things out there. There's so many people that have done what I did and more. There's if I can find the link, I'll put up here. There's a guy who works for Bobcat. That guy gave me so much free information on YouTube. I mean, it was priceless. Priceless. The information, what I learned from him to fix my machine for free, it's irreplaceable. I mean, you couldn't pay for that kind of information. You know, in the old days, we had back in the 70s, we had a firewood business. We had a backhoe, a bulldozer, and like that. We didn't have the internet. When something broke, if you didn't know what it was, good luck trying to find out. You had to pay somebody to fix it for you. Today, go in a house, you take a break, right? I can't tell you how many times I've walked out of the garage, came in the house, made a cup of coffee, turned on the TV, put on YouTube, boom, 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 boom. There's my answers right there. All the answers are there. It's incredible. What a great day and age, you know, to have that kind of help. You can't pay for that. You really can't. And also, there's I'll post a link also called Skid Steers. It's a chat group like. I had a problem with this where the hydraulic oil was disappearing. I filled the tank, came out the next day, it was gone. Not on the floor. I'm like, where did it go? I bat my brains out for days. I went on a skid steer group. I couldn't find nothing on YouTube. And I put it in there. In a couple of hours, some guy had answered me, told me exactly what was wrong with it, the drive motor seals. And I also made a video of that. I'll be posting that up soon too. Very interesting if you have one of these older Bobcats, you know, early 90s, the drive motor seals on them. What a joke. Wait till you see this one. But yeah, so I just want to share this with everybody. You know, I'm not a big video producer. I'm not looking to make money. I'm not looking to get likes and subscribers and everything. Though if you want to subscribe and like me, that's fine, but I'm not looking for sponsors. I'm not trying to make money on video. I'm giving back. Hopefully somebody will watch this video and get some information from me like I did from others. I'm just paying it forward, man. So thank you for watching my video. I'll post another one up about the drive motor seals. And be good, everybody. Remember, people treat you good, treat them better. People treat you bad, treat them worse. I'm out. Take care.